Hafiday and good afternoon. Buenas and Hafiday. Many of God's blessings to all of us here this afternoon on a Monday, a happy Monday afternoon. We're here with our colleague, my colleague, Senator Jesse Lahan. I'm Vice Speaker Tina Rose Muña Barnes, and it's truly an honor to be here to present. I do have 4 resolutions this afternoon, all of them very, very important in their own right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first one. And I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of remarks. I'll read it, and then I'll call the recipient up. Thank you, Senator Lahan, for being here with me this afternoon again. This first resolution, ladies and gentlemen, is Resolution 550-37-COR, is introduced by myself, Vice Speaker Tina Rose Muña Barnes, and by Senator Jesse Lahan, and of course, the rest of the members of the 37th Guam Legislature, and it's relative to recognizing Chima D. Mbakwem, MSHS, on his election as president of the National Tuberculosis Coalition of America for the 2024-2025 term, and commending him on for his contributions, leaderships, and commitment to fight against tuberculosis. We here at the 37th Guam Legislature want to extend our congratulations to Mr. Chima D. Mbakwem on his election as president-elect of the National Tuberculosis Coalition of America, which is the NTCA, right? Mr. Mbakwem currently leads the TB and Hansen's Disease Control Program, manager at the Department of Public Health and Social Services, and thank you to you and your team and the whole Department of Public Health and Social Services for all the work that they do for the island of Guam. And ladies and gentlemen, as he steps into this national role, Guam stands behind him, confident that his presidency will drive impactful change and elevate the fight against TB here in the Pacific. So congratulations to him. I want to ask Senator Jesse Lahan to go ahead and read the resolution. Ladies and gentlemen, it's rather short, but I think it's important that we read it because it gives a history of how this came about.
Whereas Chima Mbakwem, MSHS, has demonstrated exemplary leadership as a TB and Hansen's Disease Control Program manager at the Department of Public Health and Social Services in Dedo, Guam. And he's been a dedicated advocate in integrating the TB programs of the United States affiliated Pacific Islands into the broader national framework of the National Tuberculosis Coalition of America. And whereas Chima has served with distinction of 4 years and one of the 2 medium incidence level representatives on the NTCA board, contributing significantly to the development and success of the NTCA's initiatives. Whereas the membership of NTCA has elected Chima to the prestigious position of president-elect for the 2024-2025 leadership team, with his term as president to commence from July 2025 to June 2026. And whereas during his term as president-elect, Chima will chair the planning committee for the 2025 National TB Conference in Atlanta, overseeing critical discussions and collaboration on TB diagnostics care and the 30th anniversary of the NTCA. And whereas the president, he will provide visionary leadership to NTCA, steering the organization through a pivotal year of evolution, including the celebration of NTCA's 30 years of service and ensuring the continued advancement of TB programs nationwide. And whereas Chima's presidency will significantly amplify the work of his peers, promote health equity, and foster initiative collaborations that harmonize TB care across all jurisdictions. Now, therefore, be it resolved
that the Committee on Rules of Imina Trenta Shetina Leslaturan Guahan does hereby, on behalf of Leslaturan Guahan and the people of Guam, recognize Mr. Chima D. Mbakwem, MSHS, on his election as the president of the National Tuberculosis Coalition of America for the 2024-25 term and commencing his outstanding contribution, leadership, and commitment to fight against tuberculosis, and be it further resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules certify and that the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption whereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to Mr. Chima D. Mbakwem, MSHS, to the Director of the Department of Public Health and Social Services, and to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero Imagahagan Guahan. And at this time, I want to say I'd like to call Mr. Chima up for this resolution presentation. Please come on up. And is there a representative from Public Health that would like to come up? Public Health? If not, you know what? I made a promise to the kids. I want to make sure Chima and his family, his beautiful wife, Maka's here. Come on up. I'd like for you to be recognized. You can give your camera to the folks in the back, and they can take a picture. I think only fitting as Senator Lahan does the official presentation with me to Mr. Chima, that, ladies and gentlemen, we truly recognize and honor the work that he's done for Guam in the many years that he's been here, but more importantly, as he is now going to be the president, and know that the work here on Guam, that the folks at Public Health, the work that he does, the public-private partnerships that he works with the nonprofit organizations, I understand some like Total Guam and all those others that are out there that continue to give support and expertise. We have one of our own from our island of Guam represent not just on the national level, but to bring our island Guam up to that national level too. So we want to congratulate Chima on all his efforts and continue to ask him to support our island with all the work that he and his family does to help Guam. So congratulations, Sidus Masi and Sidus Benedisi. Senator Lahan, please.
Mr. Mbakwem, on behalf of the 37th Guam Legislature and the people of Guam, I'd like to present you with this resolution, again on behalf not of just of the 37th Guam Legislature, people of Guam, and congratulate you on your election of presidency, and for the work that you have done and you continue to do, and for the team I'm sure that you will assemble to continue and further the work that you continue to do. But thank you and congratulations. Thank you so much. And God bless. Thank you.
Congratulations. I want to congratulate you, my brother.
I'd like to say a few words.
At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Chima to say a few words on behalf of the organization and, of course, the team that he works for. Please, come on up. Come on. He stopped.
Thank you, and I'm really glad for this. I would just want to thank my team at Public Health. They are the unsung heroes for TB elimination in the island.
Give them a round of applause.
The TB program team is one of the most intact and functional teams you can ever think about, because what we do in the TB program is case management. We stay with the patient from the diagnosis until they are cured. Sometimes it takes from 3 months to 2 years. So I really commend them for their effort. And then for the public health leadership that has continued to give us the support that we need in the TB program, and knowing that the new leadership in public health now is geared and inspired to make sure that public health continues to deliver the services that we ought to be delivering to the community. And then for NTCA, I think NTCA is the largest tuberculosis organization in the U.S. that encompasses all the TB programs in the 50 states and in the islands. And it's been a tough one for me, being part of that organization, having to be on the board for 4 years straight, not missing one board meeting in the past 4 years, and also understanding that Guam needs to be represented at that level. And for me, it's important to know that you need to sit on the table to be heard. You cannot make noise after the fact. So what we've been able to do is to put Guam on the agenda. Now we are in the meeting, and all our challenges will be presented when others are presented, and hopefully we will eliminate TB in America and in Guam. Thank you very much.
We're going to go ahead and do a fast photo and then proceed on to the other three resolutions. So just please bear with us. Thank you. That, ladies and gentlemen, again, we take for granted the expertise that we have here, but when it comes to recognition and getting awards, Guam is such a humble place, and it goes without saying that the work we do here is tireless. We continue to give from our hearts. We continue to go out there and against all odds, we are able to perform, and even more fitting as this next resolution is a resolution to recognize the lady for all the work that she's done, also for receiving an award from the NTCA. So, ladies and gentlemen, this next resolution is resolution number 465-37LS, as introduced by myself, Vice Speaker Tina Rose Muña Barnes, and Senator Jesse Lahan, and of course the rest of the members of the 37th Guam Legislature, and it's relative to recognizing Teresa C. Manalo, RN, registered nurse, for receiving the 2024 NTCA Caro Pozsik TB Nursing Award, and to commending her for her service and dedication to the public health, nursing, and TB patients on Guam. Be it resolved by Imina Trentashetin and Legislatura in Guahan that the Caro Pozsik TB Nursing Award was established in 2010 by the National Tuberculosis Controllers Association in honor of Caro Pozsik, a distinguished nursing leader who was renowned for her unwavering commitment to patient-centered care, and that Teresa Manalo, RN, has the qualities and the values represented by Caro Pozsik through her commitment and contribution to public health nursing, particularly in the field of tuberculosis care. And Teresa joined the Guam TB Hansen's disease program just before the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. And despite the unprecedented challenges posed by the pandemic, she continued to provide essential and uninterrupted patient care. And during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, with community quarantine measures in place and the TB physician reassigned to COVID-19 duties, Teresa took on the responsibility of managing patient care, utilizing physician standing order protocols to ensure that the ongoing treatment and monitoring of TB patients, including the testing and management of more than 25 TB household contacts, to a case that tragically succumbed to both TB and COVID-19. And over 18 months without a doctor being physically present in the clinic, Teresa coordinated all patient monitoring, assessments, and case management in collaboration with the telehealth physician and TB program staff, managing over 40 TB Hansen's disease cases. And Teresa played a pivotal role in supporting case investigations, providing PPD testings, and evaluating all TB contacts in both congregate and non-congregate settings, while also partnering with non-governmental organizations to deliver TB education and PPD screening in the communities experiencing health disparities and inequities. And with the limited medical specialties on Guam, Teresa went above and beyond to ensure that the complex TB cases receive the specialist attention they require, coordinating with the CDC, TB medical officer, and the Curry TB Center of Excellence to overcome limitations and barriers in the care of patients, including 2 infants with TB and chronic granulations disease. Whereas Teresa has continued to collaborate with Curry Center physicians on the ongoing monitoring and care of current relapse of MDR-TB patients and the BPAL, and she also made home visits to ensure patients facing socioeconomic challenges receive appropriate care. And Teresa has taken steps to increase TB testing and treatment by collaborating with healthcare clinics and hospitals on Guam and educating them about TB screening, reporting, and treatment, thereby increasing patient referrals to TB clinics. And Teresa has served as a nurse preceptor for the University of Guam, providing invaluable experience to medical and medical assistant students, thereby enhancing their outstanding of public health's critical role in the medical community. And Teresa has generously shared her expertise and knowledge of TB with her colleagues, nursing students, and the broader medical community through her case presentations at various conferences, nursing association meetings, and on the national platform. So now, therefore, be it resolved that Imina 37 na legislatura in Guam does hereby, on behalf of the people of Guam, recognize Teresa Manalo, RN, for receiving the 2024 NTCA Carol Pozsik TB Nursing Award, and to commend her for her service and dedication to the public health nursing and to the TB patients on Guam. So, and be it further resolved that the Speaker certifying the Legislative Secretary attests to the adoption whereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to Teresa Manalo, registered nurse, to the Director of the Department of Public Health and Social Services, and the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Imega Lahin Guahan. This was duly and regularly adopted by Imina 37 na legislatura in Guam on the 22nd day of August 2024. Joining me is Senator Roy Kanata also, and I'd like for him to do the official presentation to Ms. Teresa Manalo. So if I can have Ms. Teresa come up, but also Chima, come up on behalf of Public Health also to receive this honor. Please, Ms. Manalo. And only fitting that we give her the opportunity just to say a few words about what she does. Please, the mic is yours.
Buenas and Afade. Thank you so much for this recognition from the Guam Legislature. It is really a privilege and an honor to be a nurse here on Guam. I was born and raised here, and it's a real honor. I'm very humbled to be able to serve the people of Guam. I've been a nurse for over 10 years, and at the peak of COVID and coming here to Guam, I did my nursing in California, but coming here and learning about the disparities and the challenges we have with our islands, people facing this kind of disease, tuberculosis and Hansen's, I never knew this existed until I worked for public health. And I do thank, the Department of Social Services, and we have such an excellent team. I never knew so much until I had to hit the ground running. And this team that I work with, Mr. Chima leading the way with his dynamic leadership, and all the other team members we have, even though we're just a few, we're just a handful, we're less than 10. But they are so hardworking, and we're such a great team. They help me every time I need to delegate anything, carry out any nursing case management. We're together and helping the patient succeed in their care and treatment. And we will work tirelessly until we can bring down the numbers for tuberculosis on the island and protect the community. So this is my passion now, and I'm glad we're putting Guam on the map, not just for the Pacific, but even for the entire United States. So thank you.
That was so awesome. I would go ahead and ask, we'll go ahead and take a photo here, and then we'll get to the next.